The CFAA provides for civil actions arising out of various cyber infractions, as long as plaintiffs can demonstrate that they suffered a loss of more than $5,000 in value for damages to a computer or for things like medical treatments over a 1-year period. Defendants can be forced to pay compensation. Even employers can use the CFAA to protect themselves if a former employee, for example, leaves for a competitor and divulges confidential information. An example of a civil action under CFAA is as follows. Craigslist is a website where users post and browse classified ads for, amongst other things, housing. Craigslist has been around since the 1990s and serves more than billions of page views per month. PadMapper is a website that specializes in browsing housing ads. At some point, PadMapper decided that they would collect data from Craigslist and offer a map of the same ads. Around the same time, a third company, 3Taps, a data scraping company, was also collecting data from Craigslist. In June of 2012, Craigslist sent a cease and desist letter to PadMapper requesting that they stop, referring them to their terms of service, which stated that the scraping was consuming a lot of bandwidth. Craigslist also blocked PadMapper's and 3Taps' IP addresses from accessing its site. In order to bypass the IP block, 3Taps installed a proxy server to conceal their IP address and then continued to collect data from Craigslist. PadMapper decided to partner up with 3Taps against Craigslist and restored its site by getting its data from 3Taps instead of directly from Craigslist. Craigslist sued both PadMapper and 3Taps. Craigslist complaint specified several reasons that 3Taps' continued use of Craigslist was unlawful. It was in violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. It was a breach of Craigslist's terms of service contract. It infringed on Craigslist copyright of the listings, and it infringed on Craigslist trademark. 3Taps opposed the claim and that it violated the CFAA. They argued that it had Craigslist authorization to access the listings. The CFAA claim only applies to access of a protected computer system without authorization. It claimed that Craigslist was a public website, so anyone, including 3Taps, always had authorization. In its decision, the court held that sending a cease and desist letter and enacting an IP address block is sufficient notice of online trespassing, which a plaintiff can use to claim a violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. It required the defendants to permanently stop taking content from Craigslist directly or indirectly. 3Taps paid $10 million, which Craigslist will donate to the Electronic Frontier Foundation over 10 years to pay for the damages that they caused. Here is an example of a CFAA civil case that demonstrates how it provides protection to employers from disloyal employees. International Airport Centers, IAC, is a group of companies in the real estate business. IAC employed the defendant, Jacob Citrin, to identify potential acquisitions and record data about these properties. IAC lent Citrin a laptop for this purpose. Citrin became self-employed and quit IAC, breaching his employment contract in the process. He deleted the data on the laptop before returning it to IAC using a secure eraser software that rendered files irrecoverable. This process destroyed data that he had collected for IAC in addition to data revealing the improper workspace conduct. The court ruled that Citrin's authorization terminated with his breach of his duty of loyalty in quitting, and that his actions were exceeding authorized access as defined by the CFAA. This case was one of a series of cases that applied the CFAA to employee misconduct. In summary, the CFAA perhaps is the most comprehensive federal statute for protecting computers and digital information from unauthorized intrusions. Critics have noted that the language of the CFAA, when interpreted overly broadly, can be used to criminalize commonplace uses of computers that most people would consider innocuous.